20 awareness skills you didn't know you had. Did you know that your mind is able to predict your future mood? We define awareness skills as a set of mental aptitudes or faculties that allow us to process everything around us and thus form an appropriate response in our environment. Some mental faculties you already know: intelligence, memory, attention, or understanding. However, your mind has many secrets that will surprise you. If you want to discover the 20 awareness skills that you did not know you had, keep reading this interesting mindset change article. In it you will find all the awareness processes you can imagine, from the most common to the most surprising ones, in order to develop your full potential. For example, do you want to know what awareness flexibility is? Keep watching and you will find the answer. Index 1. What are awareness skills? 2. Basic awareness skills. 3. The complex awareness faculties. 4. 10 awareness skills you didn't know you had. What are awareness skills? Classification and examples. As we have commented initially, awareness abilities are those mental faculties that help us understand the world around us and process the stimuli that collect the senses of sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. According to many experts, the set of all awareness skills conforms intelligence or intellectual capacity. Let's give an example of awareness skill: memory. Thanks to memory we can retain the stimuli, a movie we see and hear, and then be able to process it or keep it in our memories. What are the awareness skills? The human being has a multitude of mental skills and faculties by which he can know and perceive the world through the senses. These skills can be classified into basic or higher awareness skills, the latter being the product of the combination of the former. Some of the awareness skills that we will define in this article are the following: attention, perception, memory, motivation, awareness, flexibility, reorganization, mental evaluation. Basic awareness skills. The basic awareness skills or awareness processes are those that work directly on the information collected by the senses, that is, they are the first to process information from outside. The basic awareness skills are as follows. 1. Memorization. Memory is that ability that allows us to store information and then understand or elaborate structured thinking. We differentiate short-term and long-term memory. Both prosecutions are awareness abilities that operate directly on stimuli. 2. Perception. Perception is the primary awareness faculty, the most basic since, thanks to it, our brain organizes and processes the information of our senses. 3. Attention. Attention is that faculty with which we can direct our thinking towards a particular stimulus or action, for example, when we keep the attention in class or in a work meeting. 4. Understanding. Understanding is a mental skill that helps us understand what is perceived and generate ideas through the observation of the environment and the phenomena that occur in it. 5. Language. One of the mental capacities that differentiate us most from other living beings is the complicated language system we possess. This ability is a system of both vocal and written signs that facilitates the communication process between us. The complex awareness faculties. These mental abilities are the result of combining the awareness processes and faculties that we have previously developed. The 5 best known complex awareness processes with the following. 1. Metacognition, also known as the ability to realize our own thoughts or think about what we are thinking. 2. Motivation, direct our energy towards a specific objective. 3. Emotion, is the ability to express our feelings through a psychological sensation. 4. Learning, in combination with memory and perception, we can generate thoughts that allow us to continue improving and adapting our behavior to the environment around us. 5. Reasoning, it is the awareness ability that allows us to draw conclusions through perception and understanding. 10 awareness skills you didn't know you had. Now we have defined the basic and complex awareness processes. Surely you already knew them, so in Mindset Change we want to surprise you and show you 10 awareness skills that you probably don't know you have. 1. Affective prediction, also known as an emotional prognosis, a surprising ability with which our brain makes a prediction of our future mood. 2. Lateral thinking. This mental technique is a great help in solving problems since it allows us to look for alternatives to what would be the simplest or logical solution. For example, a person with developed lateral thinking can see a conflict from different approaches and solve it in a novel and ingenious way. 3. Emotional intelligence, probably a skill you already knew. However, did you know that there are neurons in our brain that help us understand the emotional states of others? They are known as mirror neurons. 4. Planning. This mental faculty is the one that designs the steps that we are going to take and the decisions that we are going to make in a certain space of time. 5. Self-regulation. Very close to planning, this awareness ability is based on following each planned step and maintaining both motivation and attention to achieve the established objective. Self-regulation also serves to manage our emotions and produce an appropriate response to each situation. 6. Evaluation. This mental capacity is one that allows us to assess any phenomenon, feeling or thought, whether they are our own or others. We should not confuse the evaluation with the judgment, since this first is not linked to any social or moral factor. 7. Reorganization. We define reorganization as the act of modifying or changing the mistakes made until we can reach our goal. 8. Anticipation. It is the awareness ability that helps us get ahead of new learning. The anticipation foresees the steps that we are going to follow and can predict the results. 9. Creative capacity, also known as creativity. This awareness ability is what allows us to reproduce in our own way of feeling, thought, and even something that our senses have captured. For example, we bring out our creative ability when we write a poem or paint a picture. Discover here the characteristics of creative and innovative people. 10. Abstraction ability. We all know the imagination and can define it, but did you know that imagination is only one of the many factors that influence the ability to abstract? This awareness ability is defined as the talent or ability to project in our mind all kinds of ideas, thoughts, and concepts that cannot be transported to reality. This article is purely informative. In Mindset Change, we have no power to make a diagnosis or recommend a treatment. We suggest you to go to a psychologist to discuss your particular case. Thanks and regards, Mindset Change.